Hello YouTube, this is Steve, and I'm bringing to you a game that I used to play a long time ago. I loved it, and thought I'd share it with you guys. It's called Mu Online, M-U Online. The maker of the game is WebZen. You can check them out, W-E-B-Z-E-N. Just Google that. I'm playing on a private server. This is just a version of the game that's pretty close to being up to date. But you level a lot faster, and it's just more interesting, I think, for me. So I'll be sharing that with you guys. Yeah, I just wanted to say right off the bat that I know that this is not the real game. So I know that this is a private server. So I don't deny that at all. So this game is a hack and slash game, so to speak, where you just kill mobs. There are quests. But the allure to this game for me is that there is a lot of gear. There's a lot of things you can do to the gear. You can upgrade the gear, which is semi-difficult. This private server balances it out really well. There's a bunch of different classes. Each class is different from the other. It's unique. So we'll just go through the list here real quick. These top four here, these are the basic classes. You come standard with these three here. You have to purchase these two, I believe, from the store, maybe. They're free on this private server, so we'll be checking those guys out. The Dark Wizard here is, as you would think, he's a wizard. He's a spellcaster. The Dark Knight is melee, heavy armor, high health type of thing. Elf is a ranger type, bow and arrow type class. She's really fun. Summoner's another caster type. She does life drain, things of that nature. She also does some interesting buffs. Rage Fighter is a brawler, melee damage again. He dual wields fist weapons, so he does a lot of up close and personal damage. Magic Gladiator is a class that can do both skills of the Dark Knight and the Wizard, although they don't have access to either one of their late game stuff. So each time you level, you get 5 additional points that you can allocate here. Except with these 3 characters, you get 7. So you have access to the Magic Gladiator once you have one of these other classes, any class to a certain level, 220, I think. And then I think it's either 280 or 320 or something like that to get the Dark Lord. It's really high level. You have to be pretty late in the game to be access to the Dark Lord. Dark Lord is a pet class, kind of, sort of. He has a raven that he holds on his arm that flies around and attacks mobs with you. He's pretty fun. Also has a horse that he rides on that does like a ground stomp. It's an AoE ground stomp. It does a lot of damage. And then he himself has quite a few abilities that are unique. Like he's got fiery chains, and he's got black shadow stuff like that. It's really fun. So we're going to start off with the Dark Knight today, and we're going to play through for probably about 30 minutes, and I'll show you kind of the game, how the game works out, and then I'll probably call it an episode, and then we'll go on to another more later game stuff with him in the next episode. So I'll be showing you guys in these videos how to make the wings. Each class gets its own wing, which gives you more damage, more protection. It gives you access to a certain map, lets you move faster, stuff like that. So those are really, everybody wants those. I'll show you how to upgrade items. I'll show you how to make the different pets and stuff. So we'll be going through a lot of the stuff that you just can't find video guides for in English anyway on YouTube. So there are quite a few videos out there, but I haven't found one that actually has a voice on it. So as we play through the game, I'll be showing you guys how to do all of that stuff. So my goal is to play the Dark Knight up to max level, and I'll show you guys pretty much how to do everything with him. So we're gonna name him Vinitar, one of my standard character names, and we'll get into it. So I have the sound and the music disabled because I don't know what the deal is with this game, but man, that is so loud. Like I had it turned all the way down to 1, and it was just blasting my ears off. So I don't know if it's just a bug in the volume controls codes or what, but man. So we have the sound turned all the way off. I recommend you play with the sound. It's a lot of fun. The monsters make nostalgic noises for me anyway, so I'm gonna miss that. And the sound, the music is pretty cool. So you know, it's an old game. The graphics aren't amazing, but you know, it is what it is. So this right here, this is an elf. Normally, when I started playing the game, all she would do is give you a buff. Now she gives you some quests. So left click to talk on her. To talk to her, she says, "Welcome to the world of Mu. We have been waiting for a hero like you to arrive and put a stop to the chaos brought on to the Mu realm by Kundun." Now, Kundun is the endgame bad guy, and if you look at the lore, he was summoned by mistake, and so now it's now the realm of Mu has been put into chaos. There's mobs, there's bad guys everywhere, there's beasts everywhere, and it's my job to go and kill them all, which we will do repeatedly. So she's got two options here. Receive a buff that gives me attack, power, and defense, and gives me a little glowy thing around my body, which is kind of cool. And then if I go on accept quest, the only quest we have available is Spider Hunt. Now the Elder says spiders are spinning webs on the outer walls of the town and has asked us to take care of them. Although the request was made to the Shadow Phantom Guardians, I believe the job is suitable for travelers who are just starting out on their journey. Will you accept this quest? Now the quest is level 1 through 14, which is perfect. We'll accept the quest. Now we gotta go kill 10 spiders and we'll get looks like 20 million experience, which is a lot. Okay, so a couple controls before we get started here. If we hit I, that opens up our inventory, and we'll see that we have an axe here. It does 1 to 6 damage, attack speed 20, and we have a round shield that gives me 1 armor and defense rate of 3. So if we hit C, it brings up our character screen. Now you'll notice that the stats that we started off with aren't what the character generation said that we were going to get. This server starts us off with a bunch, just so that we don't have problems equipping gear or getting anywhere, or learning abilities that can help us get to endgame quicker. Also helps us do damage a lot earlier, which is great. Like I said, this I know this is a private server, but this particular private server, it's Atlan's Mu, does a pretty good job balancing out the game, I believe. So you know, you can get to max level quick. You can then get end game stuff really quick, but upgrading gear is rather expensive. It takes, you know, a good amount of effort to make stuff, which we're gonna do. We're gonna be doing kind of the slower route there. We're gonna be making stuff instead of trying to trade for it. So yeah. Okay. This menu here, we're at level 1, we're class Dark Knight. That can be changed twice more. We can go to a Blade Master, and then to a trying to think, Dual Master, I think. I'm not exactly sure, something like that. We'll see. I know how to do the quests, and so we'll go through that. These are the points to spend once we get a level. Like I said, we get 5 points per level that we can put into these, and we'll get into that. Once we get to level 10, we have a personal store that we can access, which we probably won't. But anyway, there's some of the controls, and now that we have a quest, we can hit T and we can look at our quest progress. So there's 3 tabs here. There's quests that we have, there's class changes. We have to get to level 150 before we can have access to that quest, and then there's Blood Castle and Illusion Temple quests that we can do once we get those levels. So I just hit Alt and it gives me, you see these items that are on the ground. If I hover over them with my mouse, it'll give me the name. If I hit Alt, it'll just put the names up permanently. Okay, now in my inventory here I have an item. It's a skill, Orb of Twisting Slash. Can be learned by both the Dark Knight and the Magic Gladiator, which we are going to right click and we'll learn right away. Now that we have learned that, I can come down here to my inventory, or my hotbar here, and we can left click on this. Now this is the Crescent Moon Slash. I can only use this in the Castle Siege event, which is a gilded event. So we won't get into that for a while. If I left click here, that assigns it to this spot. I can also hit Control 1, which assigns it to this spot. So then if I have multiple ones, I can just hit on my numerical keypad 1, 2, 3, and 4, whatever, and it'll change it. So let's come up here and let's kill this spider. We're gonna try and kill 10 of these. And this NPC right here, this guy sitting down, has access to armor that we're gonna try and get. So let's see, what was that? That was a rapier. We can use those. Okay. So this is 18 to 24 damage. Can kind of be wielded by anybody. Having inventory issues here. Why? I can't pick up anything. That's weird. Okay, well, we'll put that on when we can, as soon as we can. Come on. Okay, well that's weird. Okay, well let's just kill spiders. We've got plenty of, we can kill them pretty quick. It's not too big of a deal. Okay. Alright. Come here. Okay, now my weapon's getting damaged. Alright, now I can switch it. Sweet. I don't know what the deal was there. Kind of a glitch. Now the twisting slash ability is kind of cool. It just kind of throws my weapon around me. See that? Kind of does damage in all directions. Does a lot of damage too. So we're going to pick up certain things as we go along here. Gold, definitely. Let's kill all these guys. Oh, we can wear those. Let's put those on. Yeah, so our first goal right off the bat is to get to level 150 and then class change. And the second goal will be to make wings for ourselves. I don't know which of these is higher damage. Okay, so the Dragon Lance. Let's put the Dragon Lance on. And continue killing spiders. Normally that would be a really good bow to pick up, but not on this server. And that also would be a really good thing to pick up for our Dark Lord. But again, we don't need it on this server. It's excellent. Excellent items are better than their versions. We know that it's excellent because it's green. It has a green name. Also, when I'm doing damage here, yellow damage is ability damage, white damage is melee, or just swings. Blue damage is crits, which is 120% of regular damage, and then there's something called excellent damage where it's a lot higher. We don't have anything that gives us access to that yet. There's a pendant that we can get, a necklace that gives us access to excellent damage, which is going to be good if we can find it. And we can find that lower level here, so that'd be kind of fun. But currently the level I'm at, 23, isn't very, I don't have access to very much, so kind of looking for some spiders here. Come here. Now the aggro in this game, mob aggro isn't very smart. They don't know you're there unless you're decently close to them. They just kind of wander around, and if you have a ranged class, you can attack them without them getting close to you, which is kind of cool. So it's not like other games where as soon as you damage them, they know you're there, and you can. It might be worth something to the vendor. It's actually a very good bow for an elf. I'll explain a bunch of these things as we get to them, but I don't want to do information overload the first episode. There's quite a few things that I'm still learning about as I play. Making the wings and getting into specific events, and I would eventually like to I don't think I can wear that yet, no. Okay, so the second one is Blade Knight, and then the last one's Blade Master. That's what it is, okay. And for the class changes. Okay, man, there's a lot of crossbows here. How are we doing on our quest? Oh, we've killed all 10. So let's go back. If you hit tab, it looks at our map. It kind of shows you where we're at. Let's sell what we have. Okay, guys, get off me. Ooh. Jewels of Chaos, that's really nice. Okay, how much is this worth? 182,000. Very nice. Okay, so I wanted to go through some of the stats with you guys while we're kind of just messing around here. Strength gives you melee damage. It gives you attack rate. Okay, left click. Which is not attack speed. Normally the word rate would mean how fast it's going, but in this game rate means the success of the damage dealing ability to do damage. So let me pull up the character menu screen here and go over that with you real quick. Notice that I'm running. That's because I have +5 on my boots. Gives you movement, increased speed. Gloves also get an increased swimming speed. So we'll get into some of the maps in some of the later episodes as we go along. So the character screen here, like I said, strength is a damage. I know that says rate next to it, but that is just to coincide with the defense rate. This defense rate, not this defense rate. Okay, so attack rate is whether you'll do damage or not. Damage rate is how much damage you will do. For agility, and that's all strength. So even if you have like a caster ability or an elf or something, your ability to hit them is determined by your attack rate. So let's go back in here to the spider hunt. Okay, and we get our 2 million or 20 million experience. That was great. Okay, we're gonna head over this direction towards the next questing zone. I know she had some more quests, but we're not going to do those just yet. And I know that I have points to spend, but we'll get into that in a little bit too. We don't really need to spend them just yet. But while I move over here, let's tell you more about these stats. Agility gives you defense rate. Now that goes against it's this defense. Defense versus damage. So let's say that I'm attacking somebody and I have the same attack number as the defense number. In terms of whether it will do damage or not. So I'm going to do 0 damage to them. Or if their defense is higher than my attack, then I will do 0 damage to them. Even if my attack rate says that I can hit them, I don't do any damage to them. So damage versus defense is how much damage you're doing. You can increase defense by obviously increasing agility. Also your armor gives you more defense. So this map right here that we're in, this is Devious. This is your next questing zone or your next mob killing zone. Hunting zone is what they call it in this game. And this is where we will be getting to just leveling up a little bit. We have access to some better gear here with some more gold, of course. Once we get some more Zen, the currency of the game, then we'll get access to those. So here we get some dragon armor and we get some better gear. So we'll get into that. I want to finish talking about this here. Attack speed is obvious. That's how fast you attack. That's how often you do damage. That's how often these numbers are checked against each other when you're attacking somebody. Defense rate kind of goes against attack rate. So whether you'll do damage or not depends on how these two numbers are checked against each other. So if my defense rate is higher than a mob's attack rate, then they will not hit me. Plain and simple. Stamina gives you more health, energy gives you more mana, and your for me it's my skill damage. So if I pumped more things in energy, I would do more specific skill damage versus my damage with my just melee hits. So this is where we want to do our damage from. But we'll be putting stuff into all of these as we go along. Okay, so let's see what we have. I think the quests are the same. Yeah. Okay. I don't think this is a quest. Oh yeah, okay. So I've already accepted it, but so they want us to kill worms. So let's come out here and we'll hunt some worms. How many do we need to kill? 25? That's quite a few. But they're all around here. Here's a worm. See, I'm only doing like 200 to 300, versus my skill damage is quite higher. Oh, let's see if these guys kill me. White wizard. Yep, I'm probably not going to succeed. Oh yeah, I'll succeed for sure. Okay, we want to grab all this gold. Mostly we want that ring of wizard right there. Let's grab it. Okay, now the ring of wizard you can only have one of, and when you put that on, it gives you wizard ring damage, which isn't excellent for me. Man, I wish I could get all this gold, but I'm gonna kill this guy, the white wizard. It's gonna take a while. Whew. We're getting him. And every time I kill something, it's going to give me a level, which is going to keep my health at maximum and my mana at maximum. So that's kind of nice. That lightning he's putting out that's bouncing me around. There's a lot of mobs in the game that have that ability, and it's really annoying. Alright. Venator has defeated, see right here in the map, Venator has defeated the Devious White Wizard Corps. This is great experience, man. Wow, if you can do this. You get to a higher level pretty quick. These guys take a while to kill though, so we probably won't hang around. We'll let somebody else collect the experience for that. Let's grab the worms. We can kill them rather quickly. Alright, let's kill our worms and then we'll probably call it an episode. How many do we have here? 2. I know all the worms are around here, right around the perimeter of the city. And hopefully we can get some decent gold while we're questing here, and get ourselves some better armor. It'd be cool to have the next armor before we kind of move on to the next zone. And we probably will anyway. We'll probably just make sure that we do that. Alright, hopefully in the next episode we will get to wings and we'll get to class change. That would be excellent. Alright. Okay, so that devil's square, you see that right there, the devil's square will start after 4 minutes. That's an event. You need to have a certain invitation to get into that. This server lets you buy the ingredients for the invitation. You can't just buy the invitation itself, but you can buy the ingredients. So you have to go put those together as a chance to fail. And that's kind of, you know, gold sync or whatever. So it's stuff like that that I appreciate from this private server that makes it more fun. Yeah, you can grab, you know, you can just hunt for the stuff as well. Mobs can drop the invitations, or you can just, you know, get the invitations yourself. You can buy the ingredients from the vendor and put them together. There are certain events that you can't buy from. You can only get from hunting mobs, and that's the stuff that we want to find end game once we've got a bunch of levels under our belt. That brings me to one more thing about private servers that I haven't mentioned before, is the idea of resetting your character. Once you get to max level, you can do something called character reset. You do that through the website, that hosts this server, and your character will be set back to level 1. You'll retain all of your gear, you'll retain all of your stats, and you can continue to add stats. Now there is a maximum stat number for each stat, and that's just a coding thing. You know, if you get higher than that number, 65,500 in a single stat, if you get more than that, then your character will glitch and he will be unplayable. So it's just a numbers thing. But up to that point, it is a lot of fun. Okay, now our item is breaking here. We can come in here and repair, I believe. Yep. Okay. How are we doing on these? 17? We're getting pretty close. Not too bad. Kill this Yeti. How are we doing on gold? 3 million? It's not too bad. I'm not going to kill that Yeti. It's taking too long. We'll get better weapons, and then we'll go in and try to kill him. So. Okay, now the knight here, he's got several abilities. This will be our primary ability for a long time, and then we'll switch over to, once we get a little bit more attack speed, we'll switch over to another one that's pretty cool. The knights also get an ability that swells the life, which is sold by that vendor down there, but you have to be 100 and something in order to use it. So, how are we doing? 3 more. We can do it. I think I just saw one spawn. Yep. I don't know why they named those things worms. They don't look anything like a worm. I don't know what, they don't look like anything. They look like a dog, like a 3-legged dog with spikes coming out the back of the head. Okay, one more. It'll be up here. I know it. I was right. Now you can get some pretty amazing things in the events. So we will be getting into those later on. They are really, really fun. They do a good job with events on this game. So let's come in here and we'll turn in our quest. Supply route Devious. Boom. And we got some more experience. What else do we have here? Elvland's Elder. Okay. Oh, this is an 80 to 90 quest line, huh? What level are we? Oh, 84. Okay. The quest to eliminate the totem golems and cursed liches of Elvland was not actually set by the Elder of Elvland. He says now a large number of monsters have appeared and asks us to deal with them. Okay. Will you accept this quest? Yes. Okay, 50 cursed liches. Huh. I'm assuming that's over in Elvland somewhere. We'll have to look that up. But anyway, let me show you one more thing before we go. It's called the Moo Helper, and that is done up here. It's kind of like a way for you to find things and quest or get item or kill mobs without really having to be at your computer. It's built into the game. It's really amazing, actually. I like it a lot. You can hit this cogwheel here, or you can hit Z. That brings you into the tabs here. Hunting range, I want to make this maximum. That's the radius of how far this guy will look to find mobs. I want to use a potion when I'm at 60%. Use skills closely. That is good for melee. I want to increase that to 30 seconds. So what this means is when I hit start, when I hit this button right here to start the macro, my original position will be set right wherever I start it. If I move over here to attack a mob, I will stay there until 30 seconds has passed, and then every 30 seconds after that I will return to the original position. So that's what we want. Left click here to bring up your options for the basic skill that you'll use. This is if once we get a second ability, we'll put that into here. When we're surrounded by more than whatever mobs, we'll put that on. Once I become a blade master, or at least a blade knight or whatever, I can start using combos. But we're going to need more skills to do that. So once we get that swell life, we'll put that in here. And then we want it to look at that same range and pick up items. We'll have it auto repair for us. We want it to pick up a Zen, which is the currency. We want it to pick up jewels and gems, any set items or any excellent items. And we'll also add in here something called a sphere, which is extremely rare on the server. We want any of those box of heavens. We want the navy boxes. We want the orange ones. We want metals. I don't know if that's going to work. You'd only need to put in one word of it for it to work. But then you come out here and you find a spot where there's a bunch of mobs. Let's head back down here. There's probably, these guys are probably still here. Yeah. So a bunch of mobs here. I'll set my original position right here, and then we'll hit play. And he'll just attack all the mobs that are around him. And he'll do this indefinitely until he either dies or runs out of gold. It takes gold, or Zen rather, to run this, and it takes it every 5 minutes. So it'll take, if I let this run for a while, it'll kill all these mobs. It'll, you know, I'll pick up whatever I told it to pick up, and it will auto quest for me. So that's, or not quest, it'll auto kill for me, not a loot, which is nice. Which means I get all of, every time these things drop 1,000 gold, it'll pick it up. Whereas before, when I had to do it manually, it was cumbersome. I had to try and click on it, and sometimes it didn't work and stuff like that. So the Moo Helper is pretty amazing. I'm probably going to use it a lot, especially when I get to the class changes. They tell you to go hunt for a specific item. I'll add that item to the list of things that I want it to find, and then I'll just go set my character to go kill mobs and find that. So anyway, I'm gonna let him continue to do this. 150 is our goal. We're gonna get that before the next episode. So next episode we'll start at level 150, and then we'll do the quest, and we'll show you guys a couple more maps in search for the items to become a Blade Knight. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you liked it. We'll see you next episode.